All right, I've had a ton of comments on doing kind of a Q&A. So I think what we're going to start doing on Tuesday nights, I'm going to film what I call Q&A Tuesdays, where I'll get together and compile a list of some comments and some frequently asked questions that I found. Particularly on what we're going to talk about tonight is I have a video that I did on a Silverado where we replaced actually we pulled a bed off of a truck. And when we did that, I've had a lot of people comment back on that particular video on how to remove that truck bed so that they can access the fuel pump. Now, I've also removed fuel pumps as well. I did one on an Astrovan. We also did one on that same Silverado. And I found a lot of people asking the same question over and over. And I'm going to specifically put a link down below for Greg Hernandez. And he quoted in, is it better to remove the truck bed if you're planning to replace the fuel pump rather than lowering the fuel tank? Now, that's a great question, and I'm going to propose this out to you guys, for discussion. If it's something that you guys think, is it better to remove the truck bed, or is it better just to remove the fuel tank? Now, if you take your car to a shop and they actually go in and they replace the fuel pump, what they're going to do is they're going to put it on a lift. They're going to lift the car up. 4 arms will come out, put it on the frame. They'll lift the car up. They'll drop the gas tank down from underneath the vehicle. Whether it's a truck, it's a van, it's a car, it'll always come out from underneath. Now, you'll see on YouTube, there's a lot of videos on how to remove a truck bed. Brian Mobile actually did a video on tilting a truck bed to the side so you can access the fuel pump, and maybe I'll put a link down below on that video as well. But I want to kind of put a discussion up for you guys and see if that's something that you think is better off. Now, my personal experience, I've replaced fuel pumps. I've actually taken truck beds off. I've removed the fuel tank from underneath. I find the easiest way, this is just my opinion, but it's to remove the 2 bolts. Usually like they're 15 or 16 millimeter bolt. You remove the 2 bolts. There's straps that come down. Underneath or I should say above the fuel tank, you have 3 hoses. Sometimes there's 4. You have an in, an out, a vent, and maybe like a purge tube. So there's only like 3 tubes underneath or on top of the fuel tank. But it's really, if you drain the fuel out and you get a siphon tube, you drain the fuel out, it's so much easier to remove 2 bolts and to remove 3, maybe possibly 4 hoses than it is to remove an entire truck bed. A truck bed, you usually have 6 to 8 bolts, depending on if it's a short bed or long bed or full size or mini truck. Then you also have a ground strap. Then you have your fuel neck. Plus you have your tail lights in the back, and then you also got to get some help to remove the truck bed or build some contraption like what we did an attic hoist on one of our videos where we showed how to remove it with installing an attic hoist, which was a really cool idea, but we use that for other things other than just removing the truck bed. We use it to hold doors and things of that nature. So I'm going to put this question out there for you guys. Post your video responses down below or just leave comments down below. Which way do you think is better? Removing the truck bed to access the fuel pump or removing the fuel tank just to get to the fuel pump? My personal opinion, I would shoot for going to the fuel pump directly right through the fuel tank and just remove that. It just seems to make more sense for me. But for you guys, I'm going to leave it up for discussion. So please put your comments down below and we will see you guys next week.